The offseason is over, the free agents have signed, the draft is done, and everybody is ready to go here for season 26. From Canada Field, the defending SFL champion Vancouver Legion play host to the Arizona Scorpions. That is how we get season 26 started with style. Good evening, everybody. I am Mike Daggs, and alongside me in the booth is Gerald Smith. With us on stats, Ron Haynes, Justin Reside, along with our commissioner and producer, Cameron Irvine. You are watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Gerald, season 26, here we are.
It's the start of a new season, a new time. Who knows? We may even crown a new champion. But tonight, guess what we see? We actually get to see the reigning champions in Vancouver raise their banner and get to face the team who actually faced last season's reigning champion, right?
Yeah.
In the season prior, and they won. So how will Arizona handle this, and how will Vancouver, can they continue their dominance? Let's see.
Vancouver sporting some new uniforms with some tribute being paid to their championship win in the form of a uniform patch, and Arizona sporting some very slick alternate away uniforms. I think maybe they were expecting some snow here in Vancouver and they were getting ready to hide in the snow or something, but some slick whiteout type uniforms.
Yeah, maybe they thought they could be incognito. It's got a little bit of asphalt, a little bit of snow mixed in, but here we are. There's no white on this field.
Absolutely. The kickoff is underway and season 26 is underway. The kneel down in the end zone will bring Arizona out onto the field with a touchback. It brings it out to the 20-yard line. The quarterback is Ashley Jackson. You've got Brad Jones, DJ Moses II, and Lenore West at halfback. Will Todd is the fullback. Fox Highwind, T. DeQueen, Terry Money, and TJ Punk are the wide receivers. Donnie Hands and Talon Steele are the tight ends. First play of the season, a run to Lenore West up the middle for a loss of 2. Good defensive coverage by Vancouver.
Yeah, that's not really how you want to start off your first play of the season, but I mean, being a third, cool. Look at all the people in the box already.
Yeah, Vancouver playing it up tight to the line, and Ashley Jackson will throw her first pass of the season. It goes across the middle and connects with the free agent acquisition of Talon Steele. He's been a huge playmaker in the season or in the league, and already contributing here.
Yeah, and guess what? He's among the the leaders as a tight end. Last season coming in right here, and Ashley Jackson's her first chance to get him the ball. She wastes no time, and he's able to pick it up right there for a first down.
So first down and 10 from the 36, a pass into heavy traffic. That one looked a little bit rushed. Donnie Hands was the intended target. Donnie Hands now playing the tight end position. You got Rose Steele, Perrin Abrera, Don Johnson, Mahalinier Hopper, and Sir Charles on the offensive line, a brand new offensive line here in Arizona. Jackson back to throw, quick pass over the middle. That one is also incomplete. We'll bring up a third down. Nope, there is a penalty, pass interference on the play. And a automatic first down, a gift from Vancouver.
Wow, Drew Hamilton, right? Getting himself right there, changing it to the linebacker position, being able, he definitely got there early. Just interrupted the path to the ball from the wide receiver. But, I mean, look, you're going to take what you can get against the defending champions here. So, look, and good for him to be able to keep going and reset the downs.
First down and 10. Arizona has it at their own 43-yard line. We'll put Fox Highwind in motion. His second season now with the team. Big free agent pickup last season. Contributed heavily. Jackson throws over the middle. And about 3 passes in a row now, all incomplete.
Yeah, look, and this is something that Vancouver's doing, right? They're actually forcing pressure right there. They had 8 men in the box. They sent 5 of them, in to rush the passer. Had to throw it out a little bit earlier. So when they get in somewhat of, a look, and even now, look, they're in this formation. Arizona is, and it's forcing 8 men in the box.
Jackson drops back to throw once again. Another quick pass over the middle. Back to Steele she goes. That one is complete for another big first down. So already Steele with 2 big catches, both of them for first down yardage.
Yeah, and being able to come up real big right here, especially on in these long yardage situations, right? And this offensive line, as of right now, is giving Ashley just enough time where the wide receivers can actually clear, like the linebacker areas and being able to, pull the balls in. So, and this is gonna be interesting to see. Is Vancouver right? If Arizona can continue to hit these type of passes on them, is Vancouver going to back out of it a little bit, right, and play more of a traditional type zone?
So into Vancouver territory. Jackson to throw again, still sticking with it over the middle, going to T to Queen. The Jackson to Queen connection picks up another Arizona first down.
Yeah, looking T coming up big too. I mean, she's hitting all, as far as catches go, she's been able to hit all her weapons so far right now. The only one left, right, a high talented weapon is going to be Fox Highwind, but look for him to kind of rear his ugly head as well.
Inside the red zone. Jackson sticking with the pass, quick out route down to the bottom, tried to hit to Queen, but just a little bit outside. Second out.
And she didn't give her her offensive lineman running back an opportunity to be able to pick up the blitzing, a defender coming off the edge. She kind of jumped the gun right there. Should have waited another second. Should have been able to hit T on that route.
It's Queen in motion down to the bottom.
9 points.
Short drop, quick pass by Jackson, going back once again to steal. And it seems like, listen, it's early. It's only the first drive, but it seems like Jackson might have a new favorite target.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I think it's by design right here, right? You got to think about it. Look, they have, 10 men in the box right here.
They're down in 1. Can they get the first? No. West stuffed behind the line, tackled for a loss on the play. Jack Russell gets the TFL, and Arizona's promising opening drive comes to a halt.
Man, and that's way, but what I would have done right there if I was Arizona, I would have done a play action because they're expecting you to run, and guess what? You can actually throw it right over the top.
Field goal try by Rob Ems. Kick is up. Kick is good. Points on the board. A 10-play, 67-yard drive comes to a close with 3 points for Arizona. So what do you think of the opening drive? I mean, it showed a lot of promise, but it did stall out.
Yeah, look, and this is the thing right here, right? Like, you have to still, you got to know your opponent. It seems like the entire drive they knew what they was expecting from Vancouver, and right at the end right there when they had that 3rd and 1, they tried to rush it when they had 10 men in the box, and it didn't go well. I would have play actioned it, seeing how that whole drive went, because they were sticking with all the men in the box. You have to know your opponent. I think they scouted them pretty well. Not a very good play call on that 3rd and 1 situation.
Beautiful new stadium for Vancouver. You see in their end zone, they have their championship banner. Love to see it. A lot of congratulations to Vancouver. Let's see if they are able to pick up where they left off as Christian Brown leads the offense out onto the field for the first time this season. And they'll start out one of their favorite formations, an empty backfield. And that one's a quick pass, trying to immediately go from Brown down to Brett Killian, and that one falls incomplete.
Yeah, and that's something Brett Killian typically hangs on to right there. So it's unusual, shall I say. No backs this time.
5 wide, Brown back to pass. Has time, clean pocket over the middle. That one's complete. Killian gets it that time. Immediately tackled, though. I almost was wondering if Killian was not touched and he was going to get up and keep going.
I don't think he was touched. He just admitted defeat right there. If we can get us a replay here, let's see. Maybe.
I mean, graze.
I don't know. If they're calling it a tackle, that's pretty lame. Ugh, I don't know.
No, fresh set of downs. They move the chains right up at midfield-ish. No, they're at the 40.
That's good for Arizona right there, right? If you did graze him just enough, but I mean, if you kill him, jump up and start running, score a touchdown. Because if you review it, then you know.
First run of the season for Vancouver, and then Jalen Wells looks every bit as good as he did last season. Picks up a bunch of yards, gets another first down on back-to-back plays.
Yeah, and I do believe he hit the stiff arm on the big dog. We hadn't seen that at all last season.
Yeah, you don't do that.
No, that just doesn't happen. You can tear it early on in the season because that won't happen to the big dog in midseason form. But very, very good one right here in 2 plays. Chunk. plays they got right here. Already across 50.
In the backfield on this offense, you have Christian Brown at quarterback, Devin Lloyd at halfback, J.W. Doyle and Jalen Wells are a pair of fullbacks on this roster. We'll get into the receiving core here after this. Pitch up to Wells. No, that one is Devin Lloyd. He'll pick up about 4 yards. The receiving core, you got Nick Lockett and D'Angelo Lopez, Brett Killian, of course, and Ezekiel Bear. The tight end, John Michael Suddeth. He's about 8 foot tall and 290-something pounds. One of the biggest human beings on earth.
The biggest human being I've been next to, I know that.
We might be exaggerating on the size, but J.W. Doyle runs that one. Only a 1 yard pickup, brings up a 3rd down and 5. Outside of field goal range, they'd have to gain they'd have to get a 1st down to keep this drive going.
This one's crazy. Like I feel like Vancouver shows no panic, even right here.
Christian Brown back to throw. Pocket holding up, starting to collapse, throws over the middle, and that one is incomplete. Was trying to get that out to Bear, but great defensive play as Tyler Highfield, one of the free agent acquisitions from the DC Dragons, breaks that one up, dove right in and punched that ball right out, Gerald.
Yeah. Being able to come up with that huge hit and everything else, and we're gonna see how Arizona now is going to react, right, to being able to stop them right there, being able to, and are they going to be able to move down just as effective as they did before? Because they do something, right on the drive, first drive for Vancouver, being able to slow them down and stop them and knock the ball out, let it hit the turf. But it's an opportunity for them, right, to kind of go up 2 scores right here if they go down there and get a touchdown.
Undrafted rookie Terry Money making his debut with that fair catch back at the 15-yard line. And Jackson back out on the field. 4 of 7 on the first drive, Gerald, as we see another pitch to Lenore West. And West is able to get a good pickup. She'd been held in check the first couple times she touched the ball. In fact, losing yards both times. Finally picks up a big chunk, gain of 14.
Yeah, and the undrafted rookie coming up big right there with a huge chunk, being able to, pick up a first down. Impressive.
Brad Jones and DJ Moses, the wily old veterans in the backfield, and Lenore West getting the start today here in week 1. We're right back down to the ground, and that time it is the old vet himself, Brad Jones. 9 seasons in the league. This is his 4th season with the Scorpions. He'll pick up 6, 2nd down and 4.
And I don't know how Brad Jones in his 9th season has not gotten an all-star nod. I don't know how that's a thing. He's had some really good seasons.
It's rigged. Yeah. The voting is rigged. West gets the pitch. It's what I always hear.
I mean, it's maybe, I don't know. Popularity contest. No. Now, I love the way the formula is now, right? The way it has certain weighted stats. Those who deserve it, earn it.
There you go. Fresh set of downs for the Scorpions. They'll pitch this one down to Jones. Oh, look at him break off some spins. Only gained a yard, but it was an impressive yard. I'm loving these helmets, Gerald. It's unique. Usually I'm not a fan of like a 2-tone helmet, but this one works.
Yeah, not for me. I will say that. Not for me. I like the classic Arizona look, man.
Quick pass up top, gets it back out to Steele, gets another first down. That's all Talon Steele does. 4th reception on the day, and all of them have been first downs.
Yeah, and coming up big right here, right? It's like if Ashley makes a first, second read or something like that, but she knows she's got Talon Steele. Look, and that's why they probably brought him in.
Yeah,
being able to bring him in and actually do things like that.
Averaging almost 14 yards per reception, and sometimes averages get skewed from one big play. No, he's got 4 catches, and each one have been for about 14 yards. Ridiculous. Into Vancouver territory again. Jackson, quick pass to Fox Highwind. That one broken up. Did you call him ugly earlier?
I didn't call him ugly. It's a figure of speech.
Oh,
I love
is
you,
it?
Fox. Yeah, man, you read your ugly head. I got an ugly head. They see me on TV. I do have an ugly head. Nothing about my head is attractive at all.
Bald is beautiful.
So when it's referring to me, it's accurate. Anyone else? No, it's just a figure of speech.
Second down and 10. Pitch down to West. West trying to find a running lane. Can't do it because the Vancouver defense is all over this one. Let's talk about that defense. Achilles Papatonis, Chris Joseph, Josh Barnesy, and Gerald Giudice on the defensive line. You got Kenneth Gatson Jr., DJ Woods, and Drew Hamilton at outside linebacker now. We'll get into the secondary after this. 3rd down and 9. Play action, roll out. Broke one sack, can't break the other. You get hit by Tyler Highfield, and you bounce right off, but you get by Achilles Papatonis, and you're going down. Sacked on the play, and the drive comes to a halt.
Yeah, and Papatonis was the leading sack getter on this defense last season. Gets his first on the season with a little bit of an assist, right, from his teammate in Highfield. So guess what? Now Vancouver has gotten what they wanted, right? And like, yeah, this is going to be our game now.
The secondary of Vancouver is made up of Emmanuel Blackman, Michael Lister, Ron Hoff, Tyler Highfield, Jack Russell, and Mark Lopez. Was that a fair catch? And then he got tackled?
I don't think he fair caught it. Clipping.
Oh, clipping. Okay. I was reading, so I didn't see. I looked over. I saw a guy getting laid out, and I saw a flag. I was like, wait, what just happened? A little clipping call, block in the back, if you will. Christian Bachagalupi says, don't backtrack. Because he heard what you said about Mr. Highway.
Look, man, I believe in you, Bachagalupi. So look, we on the same
You picked
side.
OKC.
I did.
You picked OKC at Washington.
I did.
You psychopath.
Confidently. I'm going to say confidently.
You sure
I did. That.
You sure did.
With confidence.
It wasn't under duress or anything. Very strange. 4 wide receiver set, draw play. And that one goes for a gain of 3 yards. We've seen Vancouver started off much like they looked last season. A lot of empty backfield, a lot of passes, and then they crossed midfield and they started running, and that stopped that drive. Started off with this one with a run, and here we go, another back in the backfield.
Yeah, all it took was one stiff for him to get the big dog warmed up because he stuffed that hole just right there. So, I mean, he's ready for what they're going to bring next.
Ball is handed off. Jalen Wells gets it, breaks a tackle, runs outside, and if he had stayed in bounds, he would have got another 10 at least.
I think he got a little bit shy. He saw the big dog coming. He's like, let me get out of bounds. But it's a very third manageable right here for them, right? It's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 right here. So I don't know why you're doing shotgun, but it's the defending champions. What do I know? I never won anything.
Mark Lopez likes the shotgun, and he won the biggest game of all. So. And they got a first down. Shotgun draw to Lloyd, and Devin Lloyd picks up the first down.
Yeah, so look, it was a good play. I don't know. Like I said, they're champions. I'm champion of losing.
Yeah, I mean.
So don't listen to me.
Yeah, I was going to try to put a positive spin on it, but I don't have one. So another draw. Good yardage. I tried. I was thinking. I'm like, there's got to be something. You know what?
A true friend. You're trying to be supportive.
You're the best HVAC repairman that I know. You fixed my air conditioner and taught me how to do it. Not only did you fix it, but you also taught. Now, if it breaks, I could fix it all by myself.
See, that's good. I do it on go me.
Yeah, you're a teacher and a fixer. You're like Bob the Builder Plus.
Bob the Builder.
You can build it. I don't know, man. 3rd down and 2.
I'll take it. It's a compliment.
Yeah. Can Gerald fix it? Yes, he can. First quarter in the books. A low-scoring game. The Arizona Scorpions starting things off with the only points of the day. 3-0. The visiting Scorpions lead over the Vancouver Legion. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. I'm Mike Daggs. He's Gerald Smith. We've got Ron Haynes, Justin Reside with us on stats. Cameron Irvine, our producer, back at SFL HQ. Thank you for joining us here to get season 26 started. Running back caught up behind the line and knocked down in the backfield. Looked like Bernard Smith with a cold shoulder.
Oh, yeah, another guy. You look, man had 100 tackles last season. Right, being able to come in and do it again. Him and on this defense, him and the big dog Sean Moore had 100 tackles each last season.
Punt is away by chance to win. Kick. Oh. Terry Money taking names. There was another penalty, but another clipping call, that one.
Eddie Gage, what are you doing? That's what you come in here to do?
Was it really on Eddie?
It was 27. Eddie Gage, what are you doing? Look, now he's a penalty guy.
Eddie Gage.
Bench him.
Back out of retirement. He's in his 83rd season in the league.
Bench him.
Unbelievable. Norwest only gets that one back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Even better, cut him when he's trying to make a comeback.
Yeah, he's got to go. Yeah, we thought we could at least start you on the practice squad, then special teams, and we called you up to the active roster on game 1, and you got to go clip your cut. You're done. You got to go. Second down and 10. Jackson passes over the middle and picked off.
Drew Hamilton.
Right into the waiting arms of Drew Hamilton. Drew Hamilton, a long-time member of the secondary, decides to switch it up, go to linebacker, and still remembers how to use those hands. Sets Vancouver up in great scoring position.
Yeah, and there was an opportunity right there, right? They had people open right there, but it was just it chose the wrong receiver there. We had Fox Highwind coming across the middle, right in front of Drew Hamilton there. But Ashley just didn't make the right read, and Drew Hamilton was able to pick it off, and now they are inside the 15 right here.
25 interceptions during the regular season, even had 4 more in their playoff appearance, already with 1 here tonight. Vancouver starts at their own 14-yard line, and Jalen Wells carries it for a 1-yard gain. You think Sean Moore really wanted to make that tackle that time and not get stiff-armed again?
Oh, yeah, he did.
He's like, it took stiff-arm me once.
It took one stiff arm to get him lit, and now he's on fire. Look out.
That's how his offseason ended. He just needed a reboot. He's rebooted. Brown back to pass from the 13. End zone. That one's almost taken away. Grant Hardaway had his hands on it. Falls harmlessly to the turf. 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and that's one of the acquisitions of free agency right there, coming over from the Charleston Predators, coming in there and almost took that ball right back away to end that drive. But it's 3rd and 9 right here, so we're going to see what Eddie Gate's going to draw up on defense to force a field goal or maybe even force a turnover.
5 wide from the 13. Brown back to pass. Pressure on its way. End zone picked off. Taken away by Bernard Smith.
Wow. What a thing. What a deal right there. And he was just playing center field right there, just watching Christian Brown's eyes and looking to see where he's going to go. And once the ball came out, he made a move on it and was able to shut down that drive. So, Ashley's mistake did not come back to hurt him because the defense picked them up.
One good pick deserves another, I suppose. So, touchback for the Scorpions. They basically pick back up right about where they left off. Jackson back to throw. Screen pass out to Lenore West. Blockers out in front. Had a little bit of a convoy. Got herself a first down. Pickup of about 10 on the play.
Yeah, that looked like a really good play right off the bat. If he could have got that and kind of went straight, a little bit short of the first down, but very, very good play on first down.
Ball is handed off. And Brad Jones, he took the scenic route, but he got the first down.
Yeah, that was a little strange. I mean, Brad Jones know better than to go backwards. You don't get, yardage going east and west. It's a north and south type thing you got to do, but.
First down and 10. Jackson down to the bottom. Found to Queen. I thought that was going for nothing. Gerald picks up about 4 yards.
Look, and that's one thing you can say about the ladies. Really nimble on their feet, and she made up ground really good right there to make it. Look, what is 5 yards here? 4 yards ago?
Yeah, when I used to catch passes, I was more of a straight line runner.
You had no finesse.
No, I had the rudder of the Titanic. It was like turn. Nah, that's not happening. Pitch to West and well defended. Brought down on the play by Kenneth Gatson Jr. for no gain. You see a nice comparison so far. This has been all Arizona stat-wise as far as yards go. Passing yards, rushing yards are about equal. But first downs gained, all Arizona. Only 3 points to speak for it, though, so far.
Oh, good play there.
Fullback run up the middle. Yeah, very good play as that one goes for a first down. Trevor Richardson making his season debut.
Yeah, being able to get in there. Like, hey, look, nobody expected, Richardson, right, a scrub off the practice squad to get a carry. But, hey, you're able to get, yourself a new set of downs.
Jackson, short drop, quick pass, nearly picked off. That one was, Gatson was just waiting for it, just barely missed.
Yeah, being right, he had his hands on it right there. But Ashley has to make more than one read, right? You got to be able to see it right here. I know it looks a little bit chaotic right there, but your offense line, this whole new offensive line is doing really, really good right now, right? Holding protection for the quarterback.
2nd and 10, quick pass down to the bottom, trying to get it out to DeQueen. Once again, could not haul that one in. Let's see, that was a 4th target to DeQueen so far. She's got 2 catches on the day, but needed that one there.
Yeah, T took a hit right to the chest and couldn't hold on to that one there. It's, Emmanuel Blackman, one of the best corners in the game today.
For sure. Still gives me nightmares. DeQueen up to the slot up top. Play action. Jackson looking, running. Jackson tried to truck Achilles Papatonis and got hurt on the play. No. You can't truck Achilles.
She tried, but it was to no avail. But this is the thing, like that was a perfect play action. The entire the defensive line thought the running back had the ball, and she just, I don't know, got a little bit too excited and tried to run through a man, and now she's not on the field anymore.
Well, Rob M's out to punt. We'll see if Jackson comes back, hopefully on this next drive. But right now, Vancouver's back out there. They've got themselves a solid offensive line, Gerald. They have Gregory Winnell. They've got Frank Burks, Zach Turner, and Mango Moody. On top of that, they have Alden Bleeker, who they brought in from Baltimore in free agency to really just round out that offensive line, championship offensive line. Even with Alden on the team, he might not have won last season's championship, but he's won himself some championships.
And he's a 5-time All-Star, 5 times more.
How did Winnell just get that ball?
I have no idea. It happened.
I should stop looking at you and look at the field.
But it was like a little screen pass deal, is what it was.
To the whole lineman? How's he even an eligible receiver?
It wasn't to him.
Jalen, he's not allowed to touch it. That's what I'm saying.
Apparently he is. It was.
Well, here's a flag.
Another clipping. Come on, what's going on?
Clip fest.
Somebody even said it. Clip
Second
game
down and 20.
Clip game 2026.
Yeah. The fans are. Look, Ray Bentley's on the T-shirt there, yelling ham.
Ham.
All right. Was not expecting that. Ray Bentley showing up on a Vancouver shirt was not on my bingo card, but neither was Gregory Winnell catching a pass and running for 4.
Yeah, and no one saw it. They thought it was a running back. I don't know. Apparently it was legal because he caught it.
I'm perplexed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Flummoxed even. Is that word still used? I don't even know what that means.
No.
I take it back. Second down and 20. Empty backfield for the Legion. Brown, short drop, quick pass. Gets it out to John Michael Studeth. His first catch of the new season. He'll pick up 14 yards on it. Makes it a 3rd down and much more manageable.
Yeah, he looks like an offensive lineman, like catching a pass. He's a very large man. Right there, but that's what they needed, right? I think they got all but maybe 7 yards out of it here, right? They picked up what they lost and a little bit more. No, maybe not. Maybe it was 2nd and 5 at that point, but still got a lot of it back.
3rd down and 6. Brown back to pass, has all day. The offensive line doing good things. Brown's going to take it himself, gets it, and John Moore makes him pay the price, but not before a Vancouver 1st down.
See, and that's having confidence, right, in your offensive line to be able to give you some protection right there. And look, and they held their blocks, and he's like, you know what, everybody's downfield, everybody's covered. I'm going to take off and run and pick this 1st down up. And this is after a 2nd and 20.
Yeah, usually when you have a 2nd and 20, it's a drive killer, and it's very hard to convert a 1st down on that, but Vancouver almost made it look easy. They're now up at their 41-yard line. Less than 4 minutes to go here in the first half, and Jalen Wells gets bottled up behind his offensive line and It's going to be a 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, and look, and we've already seen what they've been able to do with a 2nd long. It was 2nd and 20. They're able to pick up, 14 on just one pass right here. So that's what I said about Vancouver. It doesn't seem to have any panic at all.
Devin Lloyd only with 1 yard on the pickup. They're down to 9, and no, they still look nice and relaxed.
Yeah, it's like yeah, man, this is going according to plan. It's almost like they have it. I mean, when you have the AI, as your coach, I mean Mark Lopez, right? As your coach and doing the X's and O's here. I mean, he I'm sure at every moment he thinks he's got the opponent exactly where he wants him.
Brown going to try to pick it up himself.
Oh.
Sean Moore says no, tackles him in midfield. Brown tries to casually set the ball past the line to gain.
Now, if you're Vancouver, are you maybe going for this? I guess they're not. But.
I would. With Christian Brown under center, yes, I would go for it. I just run him right up the middle. But everybody knows I love me a good Jordan Sipe quarterback sneak. So, it's not much of a surprise at this point anymore. Terry Money brings it up to the 21-yard line. And who will be under center? Is number 9 back on the field? No, it's going to be Dylan Johnson, the backup quarterback. We still have Ashley Jackson out. She's currently 7 of 14, no touchdowns and a pick. And currently in the blue medical tent, we'll look for an update on Jackson here at the half. But for now, it's Dylan Johnson.
Johnson already.
Fumbles it, and it's a turnover. Just like that, the man of the hour, Achilles Papatonis, and 2 more Ray Bentleys. That is frightening stuff. Papatonis has been a one-man defense here tonight, Gerald. He's doing it all.
And just got right in him. I mean, if you're Johnson, you have to see that. When you have a guy coming from your non-blind side, you kind of stand right at him and you held on to it. And Papatonis being able to come in there and get his 2nd sack and a forced fumble and gets his team the ball back.
For the 2nd time in this game, Vancouver starts on the Arizona 14-yard line. Brown back to pass, looks, fires towards the end zone. Oh, wow, bounce.
That was a hit.
Yeah, huge hit, and Everett Garrison almost was able to pick it off, but Bernard Smith, another game wrecker on the opposite side of the field. These defenses have come to play. Both offenses haven't really looked all that great, but the defense is on fire.
Yeah, look, and give credit to the defense, right? Like the defense have forced them in tough situations.
Last time that Vancouver had the ball at the Arizona 14, they threw an interception. See if they're able to get some points here before the end of the half.
Looks like Eddie Gage is in the secondary as well.
Quick pass. Oh, picked off.
Garrison.
Everett Garrison. He almost had it the last time, Gerald. This time he does get it. How about that, Ray Bentley?
And what about this Arizona defense being able to have their backs up against the wall right here? Their offense turns the ball over, gives the opponent the ball inside the 15-yard line, and they're able to come away with a takeaway to shut down the drive. Wow.
I mean, that is insane that you get the ball 2 times in the same game at your opponent's 14-yard line to start your drive, and you come away with nothing both times. Pitch down to the lower west. She's going to get tackled for a loss again. Now it gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Christian Brown all the way from the sideline. He's looking up at the broadcast booth, yelling, telling me to stop talking about picks. I say, good sir, get the earbud out of your ear and stop listening to the broadcast. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Pay attention to the football game. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network, Season 26, the kickoff game.
He's just walking off the field, pointing at the booth, saying it's your fault.
Yeah, he's pointing at us with one finger. It's weird.
We didn't throw the ball.
No, man. Quick run up the middle. Goes for a gain of 3. West able to pick up some yards that time. But here inside 2 minutes, backed up this far in their own territory. 3rd down and 7. Think they'll keep it to the ground?
And I don't know if I'd put it in the air either here, right? Because you know the pressure they put on Johnson last time, and he got hit and dropped the ball. But
Johnson rolls out left, throws left, connects with high wind. And he gets the first down up to the 22-yard line.
Give that man his first catch of the season in a big moment to get out of shadow of their own goal post right here. So what a good route run by him as well, right? And he was just wide open. You know, and if you're Vancouver in this moment, like, how can you allow a player of Fox Highwind's caliber to get open right here? Because you had an opportunity, you to stop them right there. Sure,
Yeah.
you could have called timeout and got really good field position.
Not that field position has helped them so far this game. Fox Highwind says he's rearing his ugly head. He said it.
Yeah, it worked. I don't know.
Johnson throws. That one is incomplete. Looking anxiously for an update from the Arizona medical staff to see if Jackson will be able to come back into this game. Johnson obviously not prepared for the game. A little rattled. Playing here in week 1 against the defending champs. It's a tough ask.
Very. It's no Larry Love.
Yeah, nah, he'd be fine. He's ready to go. Did I tell you he got demoted to 3rd string?
Oh.
He's fine. He'll be okay.
He's one step away from getting cut is what it sounds like.
Yeah, he doesn't even hold snaps anymore. He literally doesn't do anything.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
We've had your use.
Yeah. I still own a Larry Love jersey. That should mean something. Johnson rolls out left, throws left. That one is incomplete. Was trying to repeat the success they had on that last rollout play. Tried to get it back to Highwind. That time bounced off his hands. So clock stopped, 31 seconds. Rob M's on for the punt. He'll probably get some pretty good yardage on this one, and I would imagine Vancouver will just try to take us to the half.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like, Lopez likes to be aggressive on his side. You know what I mean? But we're going to see.
Yeah, fair catch called by Bear, their own 33-yard line. We will see what they come out here and do. John Fowler says, no Dags. You got to keep Larry Love. He's a backup god. Yeah, but see, he's so good at being a backup that now he's a backup to the backup.
Everybody needs a backup.
That's what I'm saying. Who's Larry Love's backup? Probably Cale Barrett Jr., our punter, honestly. But
what a block.
Jalen Wells, able to pick up a few. And Vancouver's going to call a timeout. So they're not done yet.
I tell you what, if you need somebody to put a hit on the big dog, Alden Bleeker was up to the challenge right there because he pancaked Sean Moore on that play. Drove him straight to the ground.
Second down. Brown throws, quick pass down to the bottom. That was incomplete.
That's a flag.
Oh, stops the clock with 15 seconds, and that's going to give them a free first down. Not that they really need it, but they don't need the first down, but they definitely needed the yardage. That'll move it up to about midfield. Gets them at least closer to Hail Mary range if they're not able to get another 20 yards here. So
yeah, and I do believe he got it. Oh, I don't know about that. That's they brought about midfield almost. I don't know, man. Like they got some timeouts left. Got a couple of timeouts left here. I mean, if they throw it over the middle, man, they might get in field goal range to be able to tie it before half if they play their cards right. And they're not even.
No, they're not going to try. Run up the middle, no more timeouts, and that'll bring us to the half.
But look, I can tell you right here. Look, this has been a defensive battle right here. It's what?
Oh, they're going to call a timeout.
Like, why are you doing that?
Because we're going to see a CTE Christian Brown Hail Mary right here. Do you see earlier he said that he can hear colors?
You can hear colors?
His words, not mine.
Wow. I can hear him too if someone says red.
Yeah.
Blue.
Brown lets it fly. Falls to the turf. That is how the first half ends. So if you like high-scoring games, maybe the other game going on right now is for you, because this is a defensive slugfest. Two great teams, the Arizona Scorpions and the defending champion Vancouver Legion. 3 points between the two of them as we head to the halftime. Your thoughts on the first half so far?
You know, and like I was saying, it's been such a defensive battle here. That look, and it is all about the defenses, right? Because you got, Arizona had one good drive, got down there, it stalled out, and then they kicked a field goal. Other than that, it's been somewhat picks, and in the way, sack fumbles. So, and credit right now to Arizona's defense from standing up and taking the ball away from Vancouver when they were literally in striking distance of a field goal or a touchdown twice, and they picked the ball up first and turnover.
Achilles Pampatone is your halftime player of the game, and I could not agree more. 3 sacks, a forced fumble, and took the starting quarterback out of the game for Arizona. Now, let's see if we can get an update from the medical staff on Ashley Jackson and find out what they might have to look forward to here in the second half. Vancouver will get the ball to start the second half, so Jackson will maybe have even a little bit more time. No, torn bicep. She is out for the game. So it's Dylan Johnson or bust. Arizona with a 3-0 lead. Both defenses have played insane football so far. Both are forcing turnovers. Both are getting, Vancouver is getting sacks. Arizona hasn't been able to get to Christian Brown yet. He's a tough guy to get a hold of. Yeah, he's one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league. Dan Tritz couldn't even sack him, and he sacks, nobody, but... But you'd figure somebody would be able to.
Yeah, so it's especially with the caliber of defense that Ed Gage employs, right? That what he actually has with his squad with Dede Sachs, Brady, Norwood, and David Tilley on as part of his front four.
Run up the middle to start the second half. J.W. Doyle with the carry.
I'm interested to see how Vancouver is going to start to try to attack this Arizona defense, because what they've done so far has not really worked very well.
Pitch down to the bottom. Oh, big pickup by Jalen Wells. Gets it up to about the 40-yard line. Picks up a first down for Vancouver, and that's the worst thing that could happen for Arizona at this point, is if Vancouver can get that run game going. The Arizona Scorpions official account in the chat has said, giving Larry Love a call. He's flying in now. Yeah, you can borrow.
No,
he ain't doing anything.
You can get his services for a carton of cigs.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yep. You give him a carton of smokes. He'll do whatever.
but you have
he'll play quarterback. He'll cut the grass. He'll plant a new flower bed.
Check him out.
Yeah. You need your sink fixed. He'll fix it.
All 4 carton of cigarettes.
Second down and 8 from the 43. Their own 43. Making some progress on this drive.
Oh, man.
Oh, well. Yeah. Well, they were. Yeah. DJ Kilgannon, the free agent brought in from Chicago. That almost looked like a unnecessary roughness type. He picked him up and body slammed him.
And he just stared at him and slowly backed away.
You saw that. He just was looking at him like, what? Run down to the bottom. Gets first down yardage. Tackled by Bernard Smith. We got an update from VFN HQ. Cameron Irvine, take it away.
Thank you, Mike. DC gets the first touchdown of season 26 as Shabazz Synergy rolls out and finds Connor Weston, who got hurt earlier in the game, came back in and scored a touchdown. DC leads 14-3, but Carolina's on the move. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Jalen Wells on the move as well. Picks up 3 yards in that one. And hey, that was your first road team selection, was DC. It started
Correct.
A little bit of a road trend for you.
Yeah.
Winning that one so far. I also picked DC.
Yeah, I'm going. I don't know how many games this week. I lost count. But I'm going to win them all.
There's 9 every week this season. It's a nice, consistent schedule. We got 9 games a week. We'll pick 8 of them.
9-0.
Well, you can't be 9-0. We picked 8 of them.
Well, I'll go 8-0.
You picked so well, you got a bonus pick.
Damn right.
And you sure didn't.
It's just...
Vancouver. Right. Vancouver's in Arizona territory now. From the 45, pass over the middle. Oh, one-handed showboating catch by Brett Killian. He was targeted 2 times on the opening drive, back-to-back plays. He's been pretty quiet since that time. Only his second catch on the day, but it's a good one. He gets 41 yards total on the day now. Actually, there's Brown's stats up to 56 yards for Brown.
Yeah, and look, and being able to come across the middle and come up with that ball right there. Now, look, they are, nearing the red zone where they were. They've had trouble inside of the red zone. We're going to see how they're going to attack it right here just outside of it.
First down and 10 up to the 25. Pitch up top on the shotgun. And that's always my concern with trying to run out of the shotgun is, you can get higher probability of negative plays. We've seen some good ones so far, but.
And the big dog was not fooled either, right? Sean Moore was right up in there, too, to get that TFL.
Second down and 11. Brown to throw up top into triple. Nope, quadruple coverage. Tried to hit John Michael Sudduth. I know he's 8'12", but when there's 4 defenders around him,
yeah, that was a very bad idea.
Maybe go somewhere else.
It was a very bad idea.
Yeah,
I thought it would have been another pick to end the drive, and you come away with nothing.
Yeah, there's 4 defenders around him. Empty backfield now. Sudduth in motion into the slot. Brown back to pass, steps up into the pocket, throws towards the end zone. That one's tipped and incomplete. Grant Hardaway had his hands on it, or actually that might have been Terrell Davis. Either way, pass is incomplete, but chance to win on the field now for the first points of Vancouver's season. 43-yard attempt from the left hash.
But that was really dangerous passes by Christian Brown on the last two. I mean, you cannot make throws like that and expect them to fall to the turf that way, but fell to the turf, and now we have a tie ball game.
We do have a tie ball game, and the concern now for Arizona is they had the lead. Granted, it was a tiny lead. They had it. All they had to do was just maintain that, and they could win. Now that it's effectively back to a 0-0 ball game, you've got Dylan Johnson at quarterback, Ashley Jackson out for the game if you're just joining us, and we'll have to see how he's able to do.
And the concerning thing for me is too, right? Look, I get it, right? Lenore West has gotten, the bulk of the carries, right? But she hasn't. She's averaging under 2.5 yards a carry, right? And she's got 9. Brad Jones has 3. I mean, they're both not doing real well in the actual run game here, but man, it's like they're going to need something more, especially with Dylan Johnson, as we see up here as well. Lenore West's stats there. I just don't. Man, it makes me nervous. Their defense is going to have to come up with something pretty big. That's what it's going to have to feel like here, because I just don't know if Dylan Johnson's going to be able to do what Ashley was able to do.
We will find out as Johnson's under center, calling an audible at the line. Will pass on first down. Quick pass up to the top, getting it out to T. DeQueen. DeQueen had a shot at that one, Gerald. It hit her in the hand. Just got to bring that in.
And those are the things, like, and T is not a rookie. I mean, she's far from a rookie. She's been in this league 8 seasons. Those are the ones you have to, especially when you have that backup in there, man. You gotta get the backup some confidence. You have to be able to pull those down to even something like that could start some momentum for your offense.
Johnson throws over the middle, tried to get that one out to Highwind, and this Vancouver defense is like sharks circling in the water.
Yeah, it's just, man, it's 3rd and long. You can't put Johnson in a 3rd and long type situation consistently, especially with the pass rush that Papatonis has been having alone, right? And trying to have Johnson make some plays, I don't know if, man, I just don't know.
Terry Money moves up to the top. Johnson goes that way. Money unable to haul it in, and the receivers doing no favors for Johnson. The passes have been good.
Yep. And they have been there, right? But that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be able to build confidence in your guy. If you're going to drop the passes when they're coming to you, it's going to lack confidence in it. He's making good throws and everything like that, but you got to be able to make those plays, because you cannot give Vancouver this many chances. And look, and they just had a 3 and out. You cannot have that.
Action's been flying along so fast so far, Gerald. We haven't even introduced the Arizona defense. You got D.D. Sachs, Robert Brady, Hunter Norwood, and David Tilley on the defensive line. We've seen Sean Moore a ton He's the inside linebacker, DJ Kilgannon and Rain Rie, whose name is Rie, not Rowe, even though Gerald insists that it's Rowe. Brown, quick pass to Brett Killian. The secondary of Arizona, Scotty Kilgannon, Terrell Davis, Ernest McCrae Sr., legend, Everett Garrison, Grant Hardaway, Bernard Smith, and the Eddie Gage. An impressive defensive roster.
Definitely. And Rie is another one, right, that I didn't mention either, that had last season over 100 tackles himself, right?
Yeah.
Being able to come in there and do this stuff, right? Former DB turned linebacker. So studs all across this defense, which is why they've only surrendered 3 points.
Wells with a nice carry, gets the first down and a bunch more, picks up a whole lot on that one, Gerald, a pickup of about 22 yards.
And you mentioned, right, if they get the run game going, they're going to start to put a lot of pressure on the defense and on the Arizona offense to put up points. So this is seemingly falling right into, and look, and we mentioned it, right? There has been no panic from Vancouver this whole time. They had 2 picks inside the red zone, kill drives, no panic whatsoever. While on the, on the other side, on the other sideline, I do think we're seeing some panic in the Arizona team. Why? Because their star quarterback is out of the game, and they feel like they are wounded in a way that is going to keep them from putting up the points they may need to.
Going back down to the ground, J.W. Doyle picks up a first down, and even though the defense has been doing a great job, they are getting tired, and it's starting to show a little.
And that's what happens, especially when your offense has the inability to put up some points. Right, and they put you in bad. Not that in some situations they have put them in bad situations, but I mean, you just can't be out there all the time and be expected to just stop them. And sooner or later, the wall is going to is going to break down, and and the water's going to come rushing in.
Keeping the rotation of backs going, Devin Lloyd getting involved with that one, picks up 2 and gets right to the edge of just inside the red zone.
I just feel like this is like a drive for Vancouver, and it has been. They're just establishing their dominance right now, and is just starting the the smothering effect that they have the ability to do.
Brown will hand this one off, and Arizona's got to get this run game stopped, and Sean Moore does exactly what they need to do. 3rd down and 6, and it's going to go back into Christian Brown's hands. He's currently 5 of 15, and he's also already completed 2 passes to Arizona. I'm not allowed to say picks anymore, so I'm just going to say completed 2 passes to Arizona.
But guess what? And this might fall right into Arizona's hands.
Play action, and it doesn't. It falls into Ezekiel Bear's hands. Touchdown, Vancouver, and they get their first lead of the season.
Yeah, and this is, and the first touchdown of this game took almost 3 full quarters. But what a route run right there. I actually thought for a second it was going to be a pick. Tried to jump, but just could not get right in front of him. But man, Scotty Kilgannon, it did have some position right there in
Arizona.
Arizona.
Great pass defense. Yeah. Just even better play by Ezekiel Bear. Put himself in the right situation and got himself the touchdown.
The extra point is good.
And now there's tons and tons and tons of pressure on the Arizona offense to produce points. And this is going to be telling, I do think, here on this drive of how they see themselves going, right? It has not been good for them, especially since Ashley has been out of the game.
Well, yeah, I mean, they had a great opening drive. 11-play drive. It took almost 3 minutes off the clock. They moved the ball down the field. It did stall out right there near the end, but they were able to kick a 29-yard field goal to get points on the opening possession. Since that time, Gerald, they have had to punt. They threw an interception. Then they punted again. They fumbled the ball away. Then they had to punt again. And their first drive of the second half, also a punt. So here comes drive number 2 of the second half. But after that opening possession, they have not been able to do anything. Pitch up top to West. She's able to pick up 3, and that is all.
Man, I just don't know if I get it, right? Lenore is an SFL back, right? But a rookie.
Yeah.
I do think now you actually you need to put it in the hands of Brad Jones or DJ Moses to help you out. Oh my God.
Johnson dropped on the play. Gerald Giudice. Man, I remember when Gerald Giudice came in the league, Gerald, and that was 13 seasons ago, and I just suddenly felt old.
Well, I don't say we're old, but
We
we're
are.
not. We're not young. Men. We're not young. Men.
We're not. We might not be old, but we're not young.
We're not young.
Bang. Johnson rolls out, throws, almost intercepted. Tyler Highfield right in the way, and a very quick 3 and out. And this one
is not good.
No,
this is not good. And you know, I think like the game plan was set up for Ashley to be in this game, and when she's not in the game, they're having trouble adjusting to see where they can have Dylan Johnson be successful right now. And look, and maybe once the quarter turns over, we might see a little bit of an adjustment, right? But as of right now, they're still trying to force the game plan that was seemingly tailored for Ashley and her ability, you know, with her quick release and everything to find, you know, Talon Steele, because he's disappeared since Ashley's been out.
he has. Yeah, he was looking like the biggest game changer of the offseason. 4 catches, each for about 13 to 14 yards, each going for a first down. Since Ashley went down, no targets. It's going to be up to the defense, Gerald, if they're going to be able to win this game. You know, in the pregame show, we jokingly were talking about an Eddie Gage pick 6, but that's the sort of thing that it's going to take, is someone on defense has to step up big and put up some points.
Yeah, or something, hey, force a turnover and then get themselves in a situation where everything is going to be in their favor, you know, like create yourself a short yardage situation, you know, on offense by getting a turnover in the, you know, in the opponent's territory.
TJ Punk says, Coach, call up Phillip Rivers' stat. I guess it's the Arizona way. They just want to keep calling people out of retirement and see if they can help out. Larry Love is stuck in traffic. It's the weather. Quick pass over the middle. John Michael Sudduth gets the catch, gets the first down. $10 super chat from Jesse Fretz. The new score bug is really nice. It's clean, it's fresh, just like Gerald. The SFL is the best and getting better. I may have ad-libbed.
I got a haircut. I don't have much cut.
What, 30 years ago?
So?
They took a little too much off, my guy.
It just never grew back, man.
That was one heck of an aggressive haircut. Whoops.
They ripped all the follicles right out.
Permanent haircut. Larry Love or Harry Haight, who's better? That's not even a question. Larry Love. Larry Love's winning playoff games, man.
Yeah, he's kind of legit. He's no Whiskey Foosh, but that's a whole
Whiskey Foosh.
Whiskey.
Let's go. Whiskey who?
Foosh.
All right. That's fair. 2nd and 8. J.W. Doyle can't be brought down. Sean Moore finally gets him, but pickup of about 7 yards on the play. It'd be 3rd down and 1 coming up.
Yeah, look, and you said it earlier, the defense is looking tired. They're doing everything they can.
3 quarters in the books. 10 minutes remains here in the opening game of season 26. Vancouver, 10 unanswered. They have the lead, 10-3. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. I'm Mike Dykes. He's Gerald Smith. We've got Ron Haynes. And we've got Justin Reside on stats. Cameron Irvine, our producer at VFN HQ. Shotgun draw up the middle, good for a first down. DJ Woods says, wait, does Larry Love have his passport? Yes, but it is forged, just to let you know. So
is he not American?
We don't know where he's from.
Well, Larry Love did come from Mexico to go to Arizona. It's not a very long flight.
Right. Sudduth with a first down reception, first down and goal. And still early on in the 4th quarter, but if Vancouver gets a touchdown in this drive, Gerald, it could be game.
I think even if it's a field goal here, right, I think Arizona needs a turnover to kill this drive to keep it a 1-score game, because I don't think right now, without Ashley, they just don't have enough to be able to overcome a 2-score lead, because right now it's tough for them to even get another score. Oh, what a
nice tackle behind the line that time. Jalen Wells with a rare loss. He's been doing quite well. He's got over 85 yards on the day. Rob Foraker says, did I just hear an F-bomb? If you're referring to field goal, then yes. Otherwise, no. You're hearing things, and you should probably get that checked. Second down and goal from the 9.
It's the forged. That's
Forged?
Forged.
Were we not allowed to say forged? Brown, end zone.
Oh, there it is. That's what they needed.
Picked off. That's the second one. Bernard Smith had a pick in the end zone earlier. Got a second one right now. Brown's got to stop doing that.
Yeah, he should. Look, you can't win championships like that.
He's letting Arizona stay in this one.
And this is the third time there's been a pick inside the 20 of Arizona by Vancouver.
2 times they started inside the red zone and threw picks on both of those.
Yep.
That time they had another nice game sealing type drive going, final nail in the coffin type situation, and they're breathing new life in Arizona.
And all they needed to just do was just run it and kick a field goal, and you're almost insured to win. And you know what's odd? I remember it was 115 yards of total offense for Arizona.
To like 50?
To 50 or 60 at Vancouver, and they've only gotten roughly 20 yards since then. That was in the first or second quarter. You can tell how much they've fallen off since Ashley Jackson has now gone out of the game.
Bunch play on third down. Ken Johnson convert, throws, and it is picked off. Mark Lopez gets the interception, and Vancouver once again, for I think at least the third or fourth time now, will start in Arizona territory.
And maybe Arizona can pull out a fourth interception, right, if they kind of get down here. But man, it's just not. God, he threw it in triple coverage there. That wasn't even open. Look, but that's what you get when you get a backup kind of come in here, right? He's not, you know, the game plan is, and Vancouver has made it uncomfortable, even for Ashley.
Yes.
Right throughout the game. They've made the quarterback uncomfortable all game. So and then you put a backup in there with not a whole lot of experience. They're going to be even more uncomfortable.
I mean, you remember how she got hurt. It was, a situation where Achilles Pampatonis has blown into the backfield.
Yep.
Just laid her out. Hit her so hard she fumbled the ball and lost it. So, yeah.
I don't know. I think Robert or whatever his name is, Dylan Johnson fumbled the ball, I think. Ashley tried to break the pocket, and Pampatonis ended that.
Yeah.
But anyway, regardless,
Pampatonis is on so many things that it's hard to keep them all straight.
Yeah, he's everywhere. Look at this, man. He's just running through defenders at this point, right? Kilgannon, he ran through right there. Doyle carried, Sean Moore. Rode Sean Moore over a little bit. That was Kilgannon just kind of going off right there. No, that wasn't Sean Moore. That's one of the guys. That's Robert Brady, but still, I mean, that's the defense just getting tired right there. We need to make sure, I don't know, give them some more orange juice and pickle slices or something. Or maybe just give them some energy stuff on the side. I don't know. They're just extremely tired right now, and they just. I mean, they've been on the field.
Yeah.
When your offense has only produced maybe 20 yards since late first quarter, early second quarter, it's tough to get any rest.
Second down and 9 from the 14. Gonna stick with the run. Wow, what a punishing run. He's going all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Vancouver. And this one is all but over.
Yeah, Vancouver had just, really took over this game right here. And guess what? That just shows how tired the defense is, because Sean Moore got trucked right there. Bam. Gets run over. That just never happens to him. The defense has been on the field. He's extremely tired. And I do think this just ends it right here for Arizona. I don't think there's going to be any way, shape, or form that they're going to come back and beat the defending champs, much like they did last season by beating Mexico City. But what can you do when your star quarterback goes out and the game plan you set forth was solely for her to be successful? And they were doing fairly decent at the time. Not great, not terrible. But when you get the backup come in and not able to do anything, and that backup actually has had 2 turnovers himself, not good.
Jalen Wells now in this, passing the century mark in yardage on the ground, as Money returns this one up to the 32-yard line. We'll see what they're able to do. Vancouver 17, Arizona 3. So it's not over, but it's close, Gerald.
Let's just call it what it is, man. It is over at this point. Because I mean, look, they got 3 points on the very first drive.
Yeah.
And Vancouver's like, no, I think we're going to put a stop
that's
to
enough of that. Yeah.
You know,
this is our banner raising. You're just a guest.
Go home.
Go home with an L. Run up the middle by West. We've got an update from VFN HQ. Cameron Irvine at VFN Studios.
Thank you, Mike. Following a muffed punt from D.C., Mikhail Pajak has his first career touchdown for Carolina, hits Lili Nakai in the end zone, and Carolina's right back in this thing as Arizona continues to struggle. 17-10, Dragons up 7 as they enter the fourth quarter. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. So, see, that game was also 17-3. Now it's 17-10. So, maybe Dylan Johnson and the Scorpions can... I don't like the look you're giving me.
I'm making a face like, really? Is that the narrative we're trying to go with here? Look, hey, can it happen? Yes. Will it? I don't know.
There we go. Starts with 1.
Was that even a catch?
Sure was.
Wow.
T to Queen, first down Scorpions.
Well, all right. Maybe all it needed was a game break. Say, look, they're doing it. We can do it too.
Johnson's like, oh, that's how you throw the ball? Here you go, T.
Right there, and T.
Yeah. That kind of looked like a drop, but we'll let him have it.
So I thought it was just laying on the ground.
Yeah. No, that's a catch.
All right.
Just ask Brandon Cooks. Pitch up top. Goes nowhere. Second down and 10.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just not like I feel like they need more of a spread offense here, right? And they're still coming out in this, heavier type set. It's just not.
Johnson over the middle.
It's working.
Finally.
I don't know what I said there.
A Talon Steele sighting. Steele with his first catch since I want to say the first quarter.
Oh, look at T.
And now to Queen. Catches that one, picks up 12. Get ready, stats crew. First down and 10 from the 27. Pass down to the bottom. Never mind, you get a break. Oh, never mind. Free
it's
first
a pass
down.
interference.
Pass interference indeed.
Dylan Johnson must have heard that, Larry Love is getting somewhere near the stadium.
Yeah.
So he's starting to pick it up.
See, that was one of those times where no, that was definitely PI. You're saying you don't think it was?
No, he just looked like he just fell like it looked like T kind of fell back trying to get it.
It fell because the defender was pushing her to the ground.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, my goodness. Just when you think you can trust the guy. Johnson down to the bottom. That one's caught. High wind to the 2.
Run this in. Johnson
doesn't know how to run, but he doesn't know how to throw. Into coverage. Picked off, and it's going back the other way. Jack Russell. He's going all the way to the house, Gerald. 30-20. This one's over. Those 2 guys aren't going to catch him. Touchdown, Vancouver. And Vancouver will start their season off with a win.
There was hope right there at the end. Man, that you have to know it right there. What you have, you're right there on the 2-3 yard line. You cannot make that throw. It's easier for you to just quarterback sneak it in. What he does, he throws right into an area with 3 defenders in the way. And Jack Russell, the Bulldog himself, comes in there and picks it away for well over a 100-yard interception return. It's not an Eddie Gage pick 6, but there was a pick 6.
There was a pick 6, but it did Eddie Gage's squad even more damage as Vancouver now out in front, 23-3, extra point pending, and this one will be all but done.
Wow, I feel like there was a lot better game to be played had Ashley had not gotten hurt right here on this in this game. I do think, not saying the outcome would have been any different, but I do think it would have been a lot closer game because she's a lot better quarterback than what Dylan Johnson had to show today.
And Arizona's going to want to look at their passing game overall. You know, if you look at Ashley Jackson's stat line before she got hurt, she was 7 of 14 for 86 yards and a pick. Dylan Johnson so far in this one, 6 of 15, 70 yards and 2 picks. He also lost a fumble. So, you know, Jackson was doing better, but not significantly better. Like you had mentioned, that's less of a knock on Ashley and more credit to this Vancouver defense.
Yes.
I know in the championship game they gave me fits, and they haven't slowed down. They're looking just like they did last season. Absolutely incredible defensive play.
And we had talked about, like, in our in our breakdowns, right, of the game. Hey, look, Vancouver, I don't think anyone noticed the pieces that they lost in the offseason, right? So, but all they did was just put together the same core solid playmakers on this team and just rinsed it, and it's seemingly now, hey, look, they look just as good as they did, in the championship game, right? And like I said, credit to them. Look, they drove down. They realized, hey, look, we don't want none of that. Ashley was out there for a few drives after the fact, even through a pick, and they slowed it down. I do think the game would have been a little bit tighter with Ashley in it. Would give them more of a chance to actually win this game. But Vancouver is that good.
They really are. Defending champions for a reason. They're going to be the team to beat. Everybody will have them circled on their calendar this season. I'm fortunate in Mexico City. This is like one of the first seasons in several where we haven't had to face off against Vancouver. Let's talk about some of Vancouver's upcoming opponents that they have here. Next week they hit the road, so they actually won't be back home here in Vancouver until the end of February. So they hit the road next week and head to Chicago as we get a third down here. Third and short, that one's broken up. And that was a fourth down, so turnover on downs, and Vancouver will take back over. So they've got Chicago. They'll be on the road in Chicago next week, Gerald. Then they have an early bye week. And coming off the bye week, they hit the road again. They'll be facing off in Pittsburgh. Then they're back home. They host Albuquerque and they host D.C. before hitting the road again in week 7 to take on Houston. So the schedule doesn't get easy for Vancouver either. They've got quite a gauntlet coming up, but look what they're able to do on offense and defense. They're absolutely incredible. Let's talk about Arizona. What do they got coming up? Next week, they'll head to Oklahoma City. It's an Oklahoma City team that's retooled, and I know you think they're probably going to do a little bit better this season.
They ain't beating Vancouver. I'm going to say that.
Well, it's Arizona that's going over there.
I don't think they're beating Arizona either. Look, let's call it what it is. I have confidence in them in week 1, and after we're going to go see where they're at. I do think they're going to take some people by surprise. I do think so. I do think they're going to be a lot better team than what they were last season.
Arizona gets their home opener in week 3. They will host the Chicago Warriors and then bring in the Washington Trident. They get a week 5 bye week as that pass is complete, and Sudduth decides he has done enough work today. He will head to the locker room.
He just took a nap.
After the bye week, Arizona heads to Fort Worth. They head to D.C., and that brings them to the mid-season week 8 break that everyone has. So a tough gauntlet for both of these teams here in the early stretch.
Yeah, and you want to start out your season. Vancouver started out their season just like they ended it, right, by winning a big game against a big opponent. Even though it wasn't with them at their full strength, where it looks like they actually showed that, hey, look, they are as good as they are. But Arizona's going to rebound, right? So they did last season, right? So they come out real strong against you guys, beat you guys last season, had a little bit of a kind of a rough patch, but then rebounded and, found themselves in a really good position to, win some games and have some postseason stuff. So it's not going to be easy for any of these guys at all, right? So, look, when you're good, you play a tougher schedule.
Brown looking to add even more points on and finds it. Touchdown for Vancouver as Nick Lockett gets involved and gets his first touchdown reception on the young season.
Wow, that's as if they were winning by enough. I don't know what they're doing or what this is proving at this point, but Vancouver is legit. Of course, we knew it already, but they're just showing how strong they look. And you know what they did? The way they did it today too was like they had a game plan. They stuck to it. Started out a little bit rocky for them, but they stuck to it. Showed no panic, and they, in my opinion, are by far like the most relaxed type team. Even when they're down, they feel like they're never out of it.
Yeah, definitely. It took them a long time to score. They didn't score any points at all until about midway through the third quarter. But they never looked rushed. They never looked panicked. They didn't change their game plan at all. They didn't start coming out throwing like crazy. They just stuck to what they do, and eventually things started to go their way after they kicked a 43-yard field goal. It was in the third quarter. It was about midway through the third quarter. They were able to hold Arizona to a 3-and-out, and then they came back out on the field, Gerald, and they got a 6-play, 70-yard touchdown drive, their first touchdown of the game, with just a couple minutes to go left in the third quarter. And that's when it all, that's when the wheels started to fall off the wagon for Arizona. They were able to hold on for a long time. 2.5 quarters of holding a Vancouver team to no points. That's impressive.
Yes, it is.
That one going back the other way once again, and Dylan Johnson may not be on the roster for week 2. Apparently, Larry Love has signed with a new team.
He doesn't want to be the backup to the backup.
Why would you not, though? I mean, you get to fill all the Gatorade cups. You get to empty the trash at the end of the game.
You probably got him cleaning the stadium, which is why I was like, hey, Eddie, if you need me, I'm there, bro. Like, I'm tired of cleaning the Stadio Matt Wilson.
Yeah, he's like, I've been demoted. I win them a playoff game and I get demoted as a result.
And they're giving me crap SIGs, so the quality of SIGs are not as good as they used to be.
These are counterfeits. Pass down into the 5-yard line. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in this one. Gerald, 31-3. A very impressive outing. What better way to have your banner raising ceremony than to do so in front of your home crowd and put up 31 points, potentially more here in just a second, against a team the caliber of Arizona. This will be a loss for Arizona, but they're not going to have too many more of these this season.
No, I don't think so. Look, look, I do think they had a good game plan coming in, right? Like their offensive line was blocking well at the time. Even though they were applying some pressure to Ashley, right? I think the game plan that they had was get it out quick, get talent still involved. But when Ashley went out, it threw that whole game plan out of whack.
Brown decides to take it himself, runs himself in for a touchdown, and the points continue to pile on. One of the most points ever scored by the Vancouver Legion while they were on the road. Obviously, they're home today, but the most points they ever scored on the road was actually in Arizona. They beat the Arizona Scorpions all the way back in season 15, 49-21. And here they are facing off against Arizona again and putting up a whole bunch of points here in this one, now 38-3 after just a quick 2-play drive. So, if you're Arizona, how do you bounce back? You got a quick turnaround. I mean, 1 week from now they'll be in Oklahoma City on the road once again, back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, look, and I don't know if you just throw out the entire game plan and kind of redo it, right? So, I mean, your defense is solid, right? And I will say that even though you've given up 38 points, minus like the pick 6, but like your defense played extremely well, but they just got tired, right? They couldn't be on the field for that extended period of time, and you'd expect them to actually, do really well. It's just not how it works. So like defensively, I think they are where they need to be. Offensively, hey, I do think there's some improvement there, but I just don't think it's to the point to where, hey, look, you need to make mass changes on offense to get that offense going and improved. Every opponent is different. I do think Eddie Gage is smart enough to know, hey, look, the game plan that we come into Vancouver with was one he felt like he can win, but when it actually went out, it threw it out of whack. And not that it wasn't going to work. I wouldn't say it was a winning game plan, but I do think from what we saw, it was good enough to get them a win. I just don't know if they would have got the win.
Johnson trying to make something out of this here in the final 2 minutes. Pass is incomplete. Trying to connect it with TJ Punk.
Yeah, this one just got out of hand just in this last quarter, and it's everyone's gonna look at the final score and call it a blowout, but for 3 quarters, man, this was a really good ball game.
It sure was, yeah. I mean, the only points scored before the half was just Arizona's opening drive where they got a field goal, and then Vancouver able to put up 10 unanswered by the end of the third quarter, but at that point it's still a 1-score ball game.
Yeah,
and anyone can get into it. The problem was then this Dylan Johnson character throwing an interception early on in the fourth. Vancouver able to capitalize off of it, with a short field, getting a touchdown, and then just the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back. The very next possession, a pick six, 102 yards. Arizona was so close. They were all the way down to the end zone. They were so close to at least cutting it back down to a 1-score game. And instead, that's the ultimate flip of the score. It's a 14-point swing. You're about to score a touchdown, and not only do you not score it, but you allow 7 points on that same play. That's beyond devastating.
Yeah, and it's hard for those who didn't watch the game to actually come to terms with, hey, look, what do you mean this was a competitive ball game? Like you said, at the end of the third, it was 10-3.
Right.
Vancouver was leading, right? So it was anyone's ball game still at that point. I mean, it was 3-0 Arizona at the half.
Yeah.
And it was a really good ball game up to that point, and then and like you said, this crazy Dylan Johnson character comes in here, and he had a fumble, in the second quarter that kind of killed the drive, but their defense was able to stop it and intercept the Vancouver pass. But in this second half, especially in the fourth quarter, he just got turnover bug, and it just did not go very well at all.
Killian passes the century mark and does just enough to be able to close this one out. Arizona's going to burn some of their timeouts, but Vancouver content to take the knee. For those of you still with us, thanks for hanging out, even though this one has been over for a little bit now. Meanwhile, in Carolina, the Dragons out in front 24-10. A couple minutes to go in that one. And then the first set of games will be over here tonight, Gerald, here in the first block. But SFL action is not over tonight, because Friday nights in the SFL just got a whole lot better. Instead of just being our game, we've got 4 games every single Friday.
2 blocks of game. And it just got better, because look, after I go here, right, and drive through whatever.
Oh, the
weather,
winter wonderland.
Yeah, I get to go home, relax, put on some SFL, and watch more games.
There you go. It's 9:45 p.m. We have the Birmingham Hellhounds making their debut. They'll be on the road in Bossier City taking on the Steamers. You get Eric Vincent and Alex West on the call together. It's going to be a great one. And at 10 p.m. Eastern, Minnesota at Albuquerque, Ethan Muslin and Brandon Walters on the call. So be sure to tune in to both of those. SFL action will continue tomorrow night as well. So don't forget to tune back in. 6:30 p.m. We've got Detroit at Lexington and Los Angeles at Florida. That'll be our 6:30 block. And then at the 9 o'clock block, the absolute best game of the week, Pittsburgh at Mexico City. I'm not biased at all. And Oklahoma City at Washington will be at 9:15. So Vancouver decided they wanted 40 points, Gerald. They add on just a little bit more. You get Sunday off. No SFL action on Sunday, but Monday night, we got the Monday Night Spectacular. Kicks off at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Miami at Anchorage. So you'll have, the nice blue, icy appearance of Anchorage, and then this like neon pink and yellow and green.
It's gonna be. It's going to be. It's going to be. I'm gonna call it color explosion.
It will be,
because it's going to be real interesting.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one. That's going to be. It's going to be a great game, and I'll be watching that one from sunny Orlando, Florida. Gerald, escaping the cold. I won't be anywhere near Anchorage or Buffalo or nothing.
It's going to be like Anchorage and our neck of the woods.
Sure is.
Come Sunday and into Monday.
Yeah,
so
I'll be thinking of you. I'll send you a picture of a palm tree and a lizard, and I'll say wish you were here.
My brother is actually in Orlando now.
Is he? Oh,
and
so
he was sending me ridiculous stuff of him, eating in the Paris restaurant and Epcot, and with his short sleeve shirts with the sun shining on him.
That's it.
Jerk.
Jesse Fretz in the chat says, what is the SFL policy on the mercy rule? No mercy. That is the rule. No mercy. Johnson, one final heave of hope and high wind. Catches it. There he is in front of the Epcot ball. Look at that. He's got some drinks. Got a lot of nice things going on there down in Orlando. So Dylan Johnson today had 123 yards, no touchdowns, 3 picks. His quarterback rating 11.1. That's the game.
That's bad.
That's bad. 41-3. Vancouver wins the season opener, showing everybody, putting everybody on notice that the Vancouver Legion may have won their championship, but they are not taking the next season off. They're here to run it back. They want another one. Gerald, your final thoughts on this one?
It was just a defensive battle, right? Especially for 3 full quarters, right? But Vancouver, as they've done even last season, right? They withstand all the storms, weather all the storms that come their way, and then find a way to just find that weakness in their opponent and exploit it, and they did that here tonight.
This has been a presentation of the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Vancouver gets the win, 41-3. For Gerald Smith, Ron Haynes, Justin Reside, Cameron Irvine, and Matt Wilson, who's always with me in spirit on every broadcast. I'm Mike Dagg saying thank you for joining us. Be kind to one another. Always choose happy. Have yourself a great night and enjoy some more SFL football in just a little bit.